Hello everyone, welcome again. Today I have a very simple, rather a simple Python program called climb stairs. In this problem, you are supposed to be climbing a staircase and it takes about n steps to reach the top. And according to this problem, you only have two constraints. That is, each time you can either climb using one step or two steps. So the question is, in how many distinct ways you can climb to the top? So let's say you have one step, one step to or one stair to climb. So when your n is equal to 1, there's only one way you can climb this, that is taking one step. Now let's say when your n is equal to 2, right? There are two ways to climbing this. Either you can go for 1 plus 1, right, one step at a time, or you can take two steps together. So total, there are two ways of climbing this, right? Similarly, when your n is equal to 3, there are three ways of climbing this. Either you can take one step at a time, 1 plus 1 plus 1, or you could go for 1 plus 2, take for one step at the first and then take two steps. A third, you can go for 2 plus 1, that is, take two steps at the beginning and then one step at the end. So if you think about this, now let's say, what if, let's say n is equal to 4? Well, when n is equal to 4, there are a couple of ways. Think about this. You can take one step, right? And you can go for you have one step, you can take one step, and then you are left with 3 steps, right? Which is exactly the situation when your n was equal to 3. And we know the answer to this is already 3, right? Similarly, you can either take 2 steps at the front, and then you are left with how many? 2 steps, which is exactly the situation when you were having n is equal to 2, right? So we know the answer to this is 2. So the total way of climbing n is equal to 4 step would be, summing them together, that is 5. So what's the proof? Yeah, well, yeah, look at this. You can climb 4 steps in the following ways. You can go for 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, or you can take 2 steps together, or you can go for 1 plus 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 1 plus 2, or 2 plus 1 plus 1. So if you notice, there are total 5 ways, which is exactly our answer, right? So this problem is very much similar to your Fibonacci series. So this is the general step, and let's try to code this, right? So the general, concept behind this. So let's try to code this now. So over here, I will go for n equal, I would say class climb stairs, right? And I will say define climb stairs as such, climb stairs, and I would say it will take n integers, which is by the way an integer, and return me an integer. I would say if n is equal to 1, return me 1. Now if n equal to 2, return me 2. Now in every other case, what you have to do is return me self dot. Now this is a recursive problem, so I would say return me climb stairs n minus 1 plus self dot climb stairs n minus 2, right? Basically what we did. So let's create a driver function. The main driver function will get with if main, making an object of this class climb stairs, and then I would say obj dot, I have to print it, right? So I would say print obj dot climb stairs, let's say 4, right? So let's try to build this now. Right, So the answer to 4 is 5, as you can see over here. So let's try to create a for loop, right? So what I would say, for I in the list 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, print me the answer like this, print me the answer of I, right? First enough. So let's try to format this a bit, and let's try to run this again. So the answer is 2, 3, 5, and then exactly what we had expected. So this is a recursive problem, very, very similar to your Fibonacci series, and yeah, that's how you do it. The only problem with any recursive problem is that there will be a lot of memory use if your n's value is very high. So if you go for, let's say, n equal 100, there will be stack overflow error, which you will have to deal with. Apart from that, this is how you will solve this problem. So I hope you like this video. Yeah, till next time, cheers.